Takimanyi nti World Cup agenda kubeerawo mwaka guno nga batugamba nti Portugal egenda kuwangula World Cup nga tetumanyi. Lw'amawulire oluyitibwa The Economist lufulumya agenda egenda okubeerawo omwaka era nga lwafulumya agenda eno mu oguwedde mu mwezi ogw'Ekumi nga okwewuunyisa buli ekiri ku lupapula luno kyatuukirira era ebisinga ebimu byatuukirira. Oza oyo omuzanyi w'omupiira yaani si Ronaldo? Njagala olabe vidiyo eno ogimaleko. Yene erimu ebyama era nga ogenda kutegeera kye bayita political football.
Boycotting the upcoming World Cup games in the U.S., the local World Cup committee has been expecting hundreds of thousands of visitors to travel to the Metro when the matches kick off in 5 months.
Calls are growing louder in the United Kingdom for England and Scotland to boycott the 2026 FIFA World Cup that is set to be co-hosted by the United States in months from now.
The German politician Jürgen Hart, a member of the Christian Democratic Union, has raised the idea of a potential World Cup boycott in a German newspaper.
The countdown to World Cup 2026 was supposed to be a celebration of football's global reach, a tournament spread across the United States, Canada, and Mexico that would expand the game to 48 teams and 104 matches for the first time in history. Instead, a storm is building around it. Petitions are circulating across Europe. Lawmakers are speaking openly about withdrawal. Former FIFA leadership figures are urging fans to stay away. What should have been a festival of sport is now tangled in immigration crackdowns, military interventions, and accusations that the world's most popular tournament is being reshaped into a political spectacle. The question hanging over it all is no longer about tactics or title favorites, but about whether the event itself can unfold without becoming something far more divisive. In the Netherlands, more than 150,000 citizens signed a petition urging their national team to boycott the 2026 World Cup in the United States. The petition, launched by a prominent journalist, argues that participation would risk turning players into unwilling symbols in a political campaign. That number represents one of the largest football-related civic petitions in Dutch history, and it signals how deeply the issue has cut into public debate. The Royal Dutch Football Association, the KNVB, has declined to commit to a boycott and says it will continue to monitor developments, yet the pressure has not eased. Germany is experiencing similar tension. CDU lawmaker Jürgen Hart has publicly proposed that Germany reconsider its participation. Bernd Neuendorf's federation has officially rejected a boycott for now, but voices inside German football remain restless. Okay Guttlich, vice president of the German Football Association and chairman of FC St. Pauli, has called for serious consideration of withdrawal. A survey of 1,000 Germans found that 47% would support a boycott if the United States were to annex Greenland, reflecting how foreign policy rhetoric has seeped into sports culture. France has taken a more cautious tone. President of the French National Olympic and Sports Committee, Amélie Oudéa-Castéra, has stated that a boycott is not under consideration at this stage. Belgium has emphasized sporting preparation and avoided political commentary. In the United Kingdom, Conservative MP Simon Hoare has called on England, Scotland, and Wales to boycott in order to embarrass Donald Trump, while Liberal Democrat MP Luke Taylor has argued that public pressure may be the only language certain leaders understand. In France, Eric Coquerel of La France Insoumise has floated the idea of shifting hosting duties entirely to Canada and Mexico. Across Europe, debate is no longer confined to sports pages. It is unfolding in parliaments and national news broadcasts. Former FIFA president Sepp Blatter, largely silent since leaving office, has added fuel by backing Swiss lawyer Mark Peeth's call for fans to avoid traveling to the United States for the tournament. Blatter's intervention is significant not because he commands official power, but because it underscores how unusual this moment feels even to veterans of football governance. The roots of the backlash stretch beyond sport. Immigration enforcement inside the United States has intensified, with expanded travel bans affecting several countries expected to participate in the World Cup. Reports of tighter visa scrutiny have circulated widely. During preparations for the 2025 Club World Cup, members of Iran's delegation reportedly struggled to secure visas, with only 4 of 9 officials granted entry for the December 2025 draw. Incidents involving asylum seekers detained near MetLife Stadium during that tournament deepened anxieties about how visiting fans might be treated in 2026. For supporters traveling from Africa, Asia, and the Middle East, uncertainty about entry procedures and potential detention has become part of the conversation. Yet immigration policy alone does not explain the scale of European anger. The larger rupture stems from a series of geopolitical moves that critics describe as destabilizing. Donald Trump has repeatedly threatened to seize Greenland, an autonomous territory of Denmark and a NATO ally. He has proposed tariffs of 10% on goods from Denmark, Norway, Sweden, France, Germany, the United Kingdom, the Netherlands, and Finland. He has suggested that Canada could become the 51st state and has warned of potential military action against Mexico. The most dramatic escalation came on January 3rd, 2026, when Operation Absolute Resolve unfolded in Venezuela. According to official statements, more than 150 U.S. military aircraft were deployed. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife were captured and flown to New York for trial. 32 Cuban soldiers were reportedly killed while attempting to protect Maduro.